Hello, my name is Kshitij Jawar and this is my applied marketing project for MK5148 MSc Digital Marketing. My client is Butterfly Life Coaching, an Ireland based ADHD coaching organization led by Ciara, an ADDCA trained ADHD and a family coach operating through Butterfly Life Coaching. Butterfly Life Coaching provides ADHD coaching for adults, coaching for children and teens, parent support programs, and training for schools and professionals. Ciara is certified through the ADD Coach Academy with coaching grounded in the professional qualification and lived personal experience as an ADHD parent and a late diagnosed adult. Despite a strong reputation, growth has come almost entirely through word of mouth with zero structured digital marketing and four very different audience served by one undifferentiated website. The second research shows as an estimated 56,000 adults in Ireland meet full ADHD diagnosis criteria and public waiting times runs from 18 months to 4 years. ADHD awareness is rising rapidly, especially among late diagnosed women. These audience are actively searching online for guidance and professional coaching, facing long waiting lists and almost no post-diagnostic support. Butterfly Life Coaching is positioned to fill that gap, but only if it is visible and credible online. The demand is real, the digital presence is not yet built to capture it. My analysis identified two compounding problems. The first is a segmentation failure for structurally different audience, late diagnosed women aged 30 to 50, parent of children and teens with ADHD, families where one parent also has ADHD and educators and schools are all served by one undifferentiated website with no audience specific messaging, no visible pricing, and no lead capture. The second is a trust gap. Coaching is unregulated in Ireland, and a first time visitor has no prior relationship with Ciara. The website currently has no testimonials, no credential badges, and no clear call to action. Trust cannot be built without segmentation. These two problems are in fact the same problem. Now we will see the theoretical framework. The 5 framework underpins the strategy. STP from Kotler drives the segmentation approach. Booms and Bittner's 7 P's frames how people and physical evidence becomes device for a trust-dependent coaching services. The race framework from Sheffy and Ellis structures the digital funnel, reach, act, convert, engage. ADA governs content sequencing within each stage, and content theory from Koob combined with email automation research from Ansari and Mela confirm segmented content and trigger sequences outperform generic broadcasts. Every recommendation tracks back to one of these 5. My pastoral analysis confirmed a broadly favorable environment. Politically, sharing the vision and the national clinical program signal intent, but 18 months to 4 years waits redirect clients towards private support. Economically, Dentsu Ireland confirms wellness spending has increased despite cost of living pressure. Value communication matters more than the job. Socially, ADHD awareness is surging, especially among late diagnosed women, and now actively seeking answers. Technologically, Zoom is normalized and Ireland's social media penetration makes audience genuinely reachable. Coaching is unregulated, making Ciara's ADDCA credentials a powerful differentiator with GDPR built in the form of the outset. Environmentally, the online only model resonates with a value led audience. Porter's 5 forces confirm that the threat of a new entrant and substitutes are both high, while buyer's power is moderate. Unmet demand means clients are urgently looking, not browsing. Supplier's power is low and competitive rivalry is moderate, since no nationally dominant brand exists yet in the Irish ADHD coaching. The digital audit found a consistent pattern. One undifferentiated page, no email capture, no pricing, no SEO content, and inconsistent Instagram. The SWOT confirmed the strength. ADDCA credential, lived experience, 4 service lines, Zoom accessibility, and word of mouth are the real and are hard to replicate. The weaknesses are flexible. What is missing is the digital strategy to connect genuine strengths to the audience who need them. Applying SGP, 4 segments emerge, each with its own positioning. Late diagnosed women 30 to 50 reached via Instagram. You finally have an answer. Now let us help you use it. They arrive emotionally raw and need validating before strategy. Parents of children and teens reached via Facebook. Practical support from someone who has lived this. Exhausted parents who need to feel understand first. Families where ADHD affects multiple members reached via Instagram and email. Whole family system coaching addressing layered complexity most service miss. Schools and educators reached via LinkedIn. Accredited professional training with structured outcomes. This audience respond to credentials, not storytelling. Now we are applying the 7 P's. Product. 4 dedicated audience pages. Price. Transparent pricing introduced immediately. Places. Zoom as deliberate accessibility. Promotion. SEO and social for awareness, trust, signals for conversions. People. Ciara's credential woven into every touchpoint process. Frictionless discovery, call booking, physical evidence, testimonials, and professional photography that builds trust before contact. Website and SEO. The current WebNote site must be rebuilt around 4 landing pages, each with one clear call to action, alongside a fortnightly SEO blog targeting terms like support after an ADHD diagnosis and why ADHD presents differently in the women. The RACE framework provides the operational structure for moving each segment from awareness to a booked client. ADA informed the content sequencing with each stage. Attention captured first, interest built through useful content, desire developed through social proof and lead magnets, and action prompted through a frictionless discovery call pathways. First, reach. For late diagnosed women, Instagram is the primary channel, short from reels and post using Ciara's own story as the content strategy build recognition and trust with an audience that responds only to the voice that feels genuinely real. For parents, Facebook offers the strongest reach through validating particularly formed content. For schools and educator, LinkedIn is the right professional channel, frontnightly through leadership posts and direct outreach to school decision makers. Act. Each segment receives a specific lead magnet, a guide called Your First Steps After an ADHD Diagnosis for late diagnosed women, a checklist called Preparing for Your Child's School Meeting for parents, and a professional training outcomes overview for educators. These exchange genuinely value for an email address. Convert. Restructured landing pages, transparent pricing, and a visible testimonials creates the conditions. A 3 to 5 email nurtures sequence on Bravo, triggered by the lead magnet downloads rather than sent on a fixed schedule. Maintains the relationship until the client is ready to commit. Email automation research confirms behaviorally triggered sequence consistently outperform generic broadcast emails, which is why the sequencing matters. Engage existing clients who feel genuinely supported are organizations' most credible referral source. A post program check in, ongoing newsletters, and structured testimonials collection process keeps the relationship alive after the coaching ends. Content theory confirms documented content strategies consistently outperform those without one building authority more effectively than advertising in the trust dependent context. The first activity is a quarterly webinar series, one per segment on rotation, including life after your ADHD diagnosis for late diagnosed women and understanding neurodiversity in your classroom for educators. The second is a fortnightly LinkedIn article series for educators covering neurodiversity in Irish schools and CPD insights, building Ciara's professional voice. The third is podcast outreach, 2 to 3 guest appearances per quarter on Irish parenting and well-being podcasts. Over 12 to 18 months, this ensures clients encounter butterfly life coaching multiple times before making contact. Now we will see the action plan. The implementations runs across 3 phases. Phase 1, month 1 to 3 is infrastructure. The website rebuilt on WordPress with 4 dedicated audience landing pages, Bravo, set up with 4 segmented contact lists, the first lead magnet created for late diagnosed women and contacted to an automated email welcome sequence, and Instagram posting regularized. Nothing in phase 2 begins until these foundations are in the place. Now, the phase 2, month 3 to 9, is reach and distribution. The SEO blog launches at 2 articles per month. The remaining 3 lead magnets are completed and promoted. LinkedIn for Educators begins in the month 4. The first quarterly webinar runs in month 5. Facebook for Parents launches in month 6. And paid social testing begins at approximately 300 to 450 euros per month from month 7. Now, the phase 3, month 9 to 18th, scales what is working and begins UK outreach through LinkedIn and UK optimized SEO content, with the webinar series rotating across all the 4 audience segments. The budget is very crucial part of it, so it kept intentionally lean and organic first because content builds lasting values without constant spend. Paid social is held back until 7th month when foundations are proven, ensuring every euro amplifies what already works. The total annual spend runs between 2053 euro and this covers Bravo at euro 84 per year, WordPress hosting at euro 60 per year through Web 60, Canva Pro at 109.99 euro per year, and social testing at 1800 to 2700 per year, covering only 6 months from month 7 onwards. Zoom is already in use at no cost. Every recommendation maps to race, reach, and act are reviewed monthly through followers, impressions, sessions, and lead magnet downloads. Convert is reviewed monthly through discovery, call bookings, and email CTOR. Engage is reviewed quarterly through repeat bookings and testimonials. Three metrics matters most: lead magnet downloads rates as the earliest signals, email CTOR at a 10 to 15% target since open rates are now unreliable, and discovery calls booking rate as the ultimate commercial measures. Reporting runs through a free Google Locker Studios dashboard connected to GA4 and a search console. Now let's see the conclusion. Butterfly Life Coaching already has the credibility and qualifications to be the leading ADHD coaching voice in the island. This strategy makes it visible to the 4 audience who need it most. Goal 1, client acquisition, 4 segment funnels. Goal 2, digital authority, webinars, LinkedIn and podcasts. Goal 3, scalable engines, GDPR compliant automations and a race mapped KPI framework. Goal 4, optimize spend, organic first at Euro 2053 to Euro 2953 per year. Start with the website and the first lead magnet. Everything else builds from there. Thank you.